Hey, Long Runners!
Hey!
What's up? Greetings from Pennsylvania. Right on, right on. How's the live stream look? But anyway, got a lot of news here from PA. Um,
Yep.
um, one thing you gotta remember is the camera's there. I
Oh
do that a
yeah.
lot. You don't stare
That's
up there.
hard, yeah. I'm looking at the computer screen. I'll get better at this one day.
um, so how'd you like our new videos? The fly fishing with Tracy. Hey, I'm gonna do who's live? Dave and Vaughn. Welcome to the live stream. So, um, so I want to know, how'd you guys like the new Fishing with Tracy? I know mine was full of ads, but I want you guys to know about the merch. I'll do a thing in the middle later that you can see the merch. You can see it all down below, which is really cool because I used to have to buy stickers and then I'd have to send them out to you, but they have made stickers for us. So it's pretty cool. You can go buy stickers, coffee mugs, t-shirts, check it out, and check out our Patreon. See, and on Patreon, I made it so that if you guys own a business or you want to get your name out, if you own like a fly shop or something, you could sponsor a live stream. It'd be a whole month of live streams, which we're going to do a lot more because, by the way, the news from Pennsylvania. Right on, cool. Tracy's a cool fly fisherman. Yes. Someone said, Brad said, you need to be fishing right now. I agree with you, but I'll tell you why we're not right now. It's beautiful outside. Heck, it's 50-some degrees outside. There's no rain. A lot of the creeks here are high, so you know you gotta. They are high, but there's a reason, and we're gonna let you know, fill you all in. So let's right on. Everything looked good, right? All right. So here's the story from Pennsylvania for all you guys that don't live here, right? I think that mic's peaking a little bit. Hold on a second. I'm gonna turn down the mic a little bit. All right. So here's the story: is we don't have to stay in the house, right? But we all non-essential businesses. Like I work in a brickyard. My job's not needed, so I was laid off. They don't know how long, right? I'm having a problem with like unemployment here in PA. I don't know what. But I should be able to sign up for unemployment and everything should be fine. You know, it's not gonna be as much as I would have made at my job, but everything will be fine. And hopefully, if you're anybody important, get that package out. That'll help everybody that's not working right now. We need that. But anyhow, because of the virus, they got us all, you know, not working. And Tracy, who's an essential person to go to work, and this is the reason why we're not fishing, her doctor gave her a paper that she shouldn't be at work because of Addison's disease.
Oh, I like that. You need to take a fishing course from me.
I agree. Last time we were out, oh my word. Let's just say we couldn't fish a filming with. I did film one the other day, and that wasn't very good. But anyway, you get to see it. I'm having a rough time.
Anyway, I'm stuck at home too because I'm diabetic. I
Right,
have
she's
Addison's disease, so my
Addison's
doctor
disease.
says, "Oh no, you're not going to work. You're staying home." So here I am.
Yep, right, Jeff. But here's the thing: they tell you to be social distances from somebody. You have to stay within 6 feet. How long is your fly rod? My fly rod is 10 foot. Hers is 10.5 or 11 foot. Right? That's perfect. Hold your rod out. Like, you want to talk to me? Don't get any closer in this rod. If not, I'll whip you in the face with it. You know, just keeping people away. You can fish. I would avoid the first day of trout here in PA. If you see a lot of people, if there's a lot of people at a hole, go to the next hole. Walk. Get away from people. Don't let them get closer than your fly rod from you and fish all you want. Because that social distancing is not being around people, not make sure you scrub your hands. But guess what? You're not going to run into the mountains if you get away from people. Is people and the corona. So just get your way and get the heck out. You know. Oh, Vaughn's diabetic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's type 1. She has the whole insulin pump. Let me see it once. See, there's an insulin pump. So here I gotta tell you guys a story about this. For a long time in the old fishing videos, you guys didn't know this, but Tracy would have to wrap this up in a bag and a Ziploc, and then wrap it up in a wise bag and put it in her waders because it couldn't get wet. And when you're talking about $8,000 to $9,000 pump, you don't want it to get wet. So for years, we'd have this all wrapped up. We go to the creek, right? And then, when she has a blood sugar, low blood sugar, or high blood sugar, it would beep. And then it would go beep, 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 and she'd be digging it back out of her waders. This one is allowed to be underwater. I think it was, 6 foot for 24 hours. So we don't have to wrap it up anymore. She can attach it to her waist. She falls in, gets away. Who cares? It's waterproof. That was the best thing. And that happened about a year ago. That was the coolest thing. Jeff, packing up my truck and get lost in the woods. That's a good idea. Yeah. Hey, Brad. Just avoid. Like, what I'm doing is, because she's so, it's bad that she gets it. I'm doing all the shopping. I'm going to go out grocery shopping. Which I'm not too bad at it anyway. Because, military cook. So, anyway. I'm pretty good at shopping and cooking, so. And then I just have to make sure I use tons and tons of buckets of sanitizer to keep it from getting, Steve, going. Beamer, you're going fishing, yep. Next week. Are you still working? If you're working, why wait? I don't know, maybe you're not from. See, this is, all right. You guys are from Pennsylvania, don't. Some people, not from PA, they don't have an opening season. Is it Vaughn? Vaughn, are you from Canada? Are you the one that's from Canada? Do they have an opening season? Yeah. It's even worse for Atkinson's. That means she's producing no insulin or no insulin and no
Cortisol.
yeah. No steroid, no nothing to keep her awake, energetic. So yes, I got to do all that, and we're just gonna do a lot of fishing together.
Kentucky.
All right. See now, do you have an open season in? Yes, you're from Canada. Do you have an open season? Is there a trout first day of trout like here?
Connecticut stopped stocking.
Really?
Wow.
They what they did here is they're still stocking the fish, and there's still an open day, but they stopped the announcements, and they're gonna change the days they stock because you can have no volunteers, and they want nobody following the truck around. So it's just gonna be the state workers stocking. They used to have like the high school students and all that stock, but they're not doing that at all. It's just gonna be done by the state and not the volunteers. Like I used to volunteer. Remember the old videos I used to bring you guys every year? With all the kids helping stock the fish, we can't bring you that this year because they're not going to let us know, and we're not allowed to be there. Even if you run into them, you got to stay away from them. They don't want you following them or anything like that. But, so yeah, some states don't have an open day. Okay, yeah, okay. So you guys do have an opening day, but I know that some places don't have an opening day. And, I'll probably take you out. We'll go for a ride in the car. We just won't talk to anybody or stop. But I'll probably take the camera out because I want you guys to see. I might go out the first dates. Me. And I don't know. I haven't decided yet because this changes everything. I was going to go out the first day. And they put stockies in here. And it's really not good for our local creeks. So to keep a bunch of stockies and eat them, I know you only give them fish a sore lip. But it's not very good for our local creeks. It's actually better to keep the stockies and get them out of certain creeks. Like there's one I have my eye on, and it is so stupid. The state I don't know, they just don't have a brain in their head, I guess. And they stock in rainbows over wild brook trout. And our brook trout don't get more than 7 inches. So when you throw a 15-inch rainbow in there, they're going to totally devour the brook trout that are in that creek. So my job this year is that's where I'm going to keep a lot of fish. Is I'm just going to go in there and suck them rainbows out of there and get them out of there and make sure they're not in there very long. That's just what I think I should do because I love that creek, and I've been fishing it since I was 8, I think. It's when I started fishing it when I was a kid. And I used to put brook trout in it with the wild brook trout, but I don't know. They're not being smart. Oh, yes. I heard a lot of people here in the state, a lot of people like the brook trout. You know, they want me to do brook trout videos, but they're everywhere, and you don't have no fight when you're catching one of them little brook trout. They are got to be one of the prettiest fishes though you ever catch in our area. I don't care how wild of a brown trout you can find. There is nothing as pretty as a wild. Yes, and you should do that to the stockies. You know, and here, man. Oh, brother, I got to try and get on videotape. I got to tell you guys something that is I seen what I would be considered before the other day a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as that. You told me I've seen a holdover. They didn't stock yet. I know that for a fact because I know where they put the fish, and they're going to be real lazy this year and just dump them all in one hole. So I know where the fish would be, and I haven't seen one fish in them holes yet. But there is a golden rainbow behind the house here. You know, the creek's only maybe, like I told you before, 10 feet from this wall right here. And there is a big, I mean, it's not small either, big golden rainbow that's a holdover. And I never thought a golden rainbow would ever make it to be a holdover, you know, surviving the creek a whole year. One, the eagles we have here in PA, we got a lot of eagles that travel this area in like a migration. They're here in October and they're here in the spring. And you go up to Pine Creek where we go fishing, and it's just loaded with eagles. You can watch them, you know, migrate and everything, right? So they're here a lot. And plus we have one that's on where we fish on Penns Creek. There's one right in a tree there. So they whip a lot out. So for that fish to make it through the red-tailed hawks, gosh hawks, all that kind of different stuff. Not to mention bears. I mean, a golden rainbow sticks out like a sore thumb. And to make a holdover, I was pretty amazed. I never thought that would exist. So what else we got? Yeah, so we are going to do some videos of brookies. It's just, when you're used to fishing them for such a long time, there's no fight, you know, it's real little fish, but I want to do it because it's something I did when I was a kid, and I haven't done it in a long time, and it's so much fun. You catch so many in a day, you know, because they're natural here and they're wild or native here, and you could go down to like there's a place by one of the cabins that we're gonna do this year because it's the only time we're gonna get to do the video. After that, it's gonna be sold and we won't be able to go on that property anymore. You know, big story about how her family was robbed of the land, and it's a mess. But anyway, so we're not gonna own that cabin anymore. We're not gonna be able to hunt there anymore. But there's a culvert that was put in which I don't know if that's what you call it where you live, but there's a thing that gets the water to go underneath a road, a big tube thing that comes through the road there, and it caused a big hole, and it is loaded with wild brookies. So, and it's not a PA Stout stream, so not much regulations on that. So nobody's talking. Everybody listen to you guys were all listening to my stories, huh? Okay, so we got a long thing here. The last time I think, how long was that video when I made it? Half hour?
I don't know. You made it once and you erased it.
I get 51. I got to put on the glasses to answer. Oh, I have an interview with my favorite fisherman. Well, who do you think that is? Her. But I'm going to do other views. I'm going to try and set up Skypes. I'd like to start interviewing you guys, subscribers. Talk about your fishing experience. Ask you the questions. I can start a list of questions I can ask you. We'll do it via Skype, and I can play it then as a replay. originally did this interview and I recorded it because it's a lot better when if somebody makes a mistake, and I wouldn't want to broadcast an interview live because you don't know what people are going to say. And you got to be careful of that. So I know some of my friends I couldn't interview live. I have a hard time doing it live myself because I tend to swear a lot. So
Nice. Rainbow. Caught a rainbow.
nice. Beautiful rainbow.
Oh, there's
Okay. And I'm going to explain the questions. If I ever have to do an interview with you guys understand where this question's at, so you understand the response. It is, if you was a fly, what fly would you be? Okay? And I'm not asking her what her favorite fly is. Like, I'll give you what I would be. It's the fly I invented, right? Which would be the white SOB. And the reason why I'd be the white SOB is because I look like a complete mess. The white SOB looks like a giant football, but man, is it deadly. Because when the marabou hits the water, it's really fluffed up like this. But when you strip the fly, it goes really skinny. And then when you stop stripping, it goes, and it goes like this in the water. Boom, skinny thick, skinny thick, skinny thick, and boom. It just drives the fish nuts. I never fished a more deadlier streamer. I don't even care. Not even the woolly bugger is that effective.
well, I'd have to.
Number 16, green caddis pupa. Right on.
I'd have.
Hey, landlocked Newfie! What's up? Alright. So what fly would you be? Oh. Landlocked, we're going to ask this question again. I ask her, if she was a fly, what fly would she be? And not what her favorite fly is. Just, you know, like what fly would fit her personality as a person.
I'd have to say lively legs because it comes in many colors, like I do.
Yeah, see? Many colors, guys. Red, the blonde, the black. That was a good one, baby. And Jeff, since you answered the question too, you answered the question, why would you be a green caddis pupa? Why does that describe your personality?
No, that's what he caught the rainbow on.
Oh.
I think.
Then never mind.
Maybe that's what he's answering. I could be wrong.
Okay. Let's do the next one. Name one thing, if you forgot at home, you could not fish without. And these right here are mine. Right? My reading glasses. I cannot tie on a fly. I did it the other day. How about it?
Yeah.
I did it on that fishing video. I got the wrong hole, and I was totally planning on fishing there. I forgot these, went home, or went back to the car and got them, and then went back to that hole. And I should probably stay where I was at because I had terrible fishing everywhere else I went. Yes, it was the fish he caught the fly.
Told you so.
So what's one thing you could not do without?
I have to have my walking stick.
She has very, very, very unstable feet in the water.
I do.
You have to understand, before Tracy met me and we started dating, she never fished, never fly fished, never fished at all.
Nope.
No bait fishing, nothing.
Nothing new. It's
See?
all new.
Right. Oh, and I never explained to a lot of you guys why I changed the name back. The reason I changed the name, if you guys never watched that video and you're watching this, maybe, I don't know. Or might want to hear the story from me. But anyway, is I always thought people looked at that saying, fly fishing is not one word. This guy don't know how to spell, so I'm not going to subscribe. And that kind of bothered me for a long time, so I changed it to everything outdoors. You see nothing changed. I kept making the same videos. It just bothered me. And she's like, but everybody knows you by that name. So it was kind of dumb to change it. And everybody knows, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll change it back. So that's why it's one word, because if I started a channel, I started it, and you had to have a name. So my first name was everything, last name was fly fishing. That's why it's 2 words, not 3. and I can't change that unless I change account. I lose all you subscribers. I lose all my videos, and so it's not worth losing all that. I figured. Before I quit, it was good weed. What the heck? I'm lost. Before you quit, what was
Your
good weed?
question, you asked me what can't you go to the creek without.
Good weed.
He's answering the question.
That was funny.
Try refreshing your screen. You can't see the video anymore.
Well, that's weird. Yeah, because we're still streaming. Is it still on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we have a laptop set up here. We can watch the stream in case, to see how it looks. Don't look too bad. A little blurry, but yeah, that's what they said. Try refreshing. Rating staff and magnifiers, right on. Yeah, I have to wear them. I don't use the magnifier. I don't wear them all the time. I just use them to tie all my videos, and to tie videos, I use the reading glasses. I just use the strongest reading glasses. Probably something I shouldn't be doing, but that's the only way I can see to tie on, I tried going with the weaker reading glasses, and they didn't help me see. I still had to hold everything out here, and it doesn't work very well. Tuna fish sandwich without lettuce. There you go.
With lettuce and tomato.
Oh, I gotta
don't
tell you.
say without lettuce.
Oh, did I say without lettuce?
Yeah, it's with lettuce and tomato.
Nail clippers. Right on, Landlock. Right on. That drives me crazy when I don't have clippers. You ever stand on the creek? How many of you guys have ever stood on the creek trying to bite that tag end off? Uh-huh. Probably every one of you, huh? And that sucks. I'm not going to make... You know what I did one day to do it is I had that tag end out there and tried not real hard to let it go past that tag end and just light it with a lighter and burned it off. I got some freaking... It's hot, though. You got to be careful. Right, I had them, and I just couldn't keep them to stay on the hat, and I was losing them. And yeah. But yeah, they are pretty neat, though, the flip-down ones. Remember I had them on my hat?
Yeah, yeah.
I had the flip-down ones for my, Polaroids, which kind of sucks, because then you have the Polaroid magnified. I'd rather, I don't know. I left a pair, I think, laying on the creek, so if you're going up to White Deer and you see my glasses, pick them up. Next time you see me, you can give them to me. Or no. Don't come near me if you see me on the creek, or Tracy. 10 feet. Oh, I was going to tell you this story. I used to drive these guys crazy. I fished with a lot of bait fishermen and guys that kept them. Even my cousin who I used to fly fish with constantly didn't believe in putting them back. This, whatever, wilds, whatever he caught, he ate. So I put everything back. And then we'd always go to the bar for a beer after we were done. And I'd order a fish sandwich. Man, would that drive them people crazy. They did not like that. You put all them fish down, or all them fish back, and you come here and order a fish sandwich. That was funny.
Yeah.
Time for a CBD hit, CBD hit. Want one? No? You go to guys. If you haven't jumped on the CB train, you should. This is a CBD pen. You can get them at most of your local grocery store, all 50 states, legal stuff. Really helps your back pain. Keeps me from swallowing Advils constantly. Alright. So, what else? Oh, questions. Alright, let me ask you the next question. Nymph for dry fly fishing.
That's a hard question. I'd have to say nymph because I'm better at it. I'd like to get better at dry fly. I have to get better at my casting. One of these days.
Can anybody give me advice how you get your fiance to stop and pause in her back cast? I can say it 100 times a day. No pause in her back cast. No pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me where they're at. Tell me where we can find big bookies in Pennsylvania, and I'll take her there and film her. I've had a lot of fun filming Tracy. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much, but I have enjoyed putting down. I have not minded putting down a rod as much to film Tracy as I thought I would. Okay, hold on. All right. All right. Let's check it out. Now, what the heck was we talking about? Nymph for dry fly fishing.
Yeah, that was our last question.
Hmm. If she catches more fish than me, that's a dream come true. Didn't you ever watch them old kung fu movies when you were a kid? Huh? The student out fishes the master. Remember, like I said, she didn't fish at all, not bait fishing or anything. So when she catches a lot of fish in a day, that means I really do know how to teach somebody. And if you come to Pennsylvania, you should hire me for a guide. I gotta still get my first aid. I gotta take CPR, and I gotta get, what is it, $225,000 liability insurance.
I think that's what you said.
So then you guys could come and hire me to take you fishing in Pennsylvania, and I could show you. I gotta all depends on what you want. You know, you want 20 rainbows in an hour, I could take you there. You want really big wild browns, I could take you there. You want a lot of big browns in a day, I could take you there. You want to go fishing for some wild brook trout, I could take you there. I could take you to any scene you want here in PA. You want to pond fish for bass, I could take you there. And we'll soon be working on smallmouth in the river. So, but that's going to be in the future. And we're going to be building rods soon. We are trying to get contact with some pro Euro nymphers to see if we can build you guys one of the best Euro nymphing rods from us. Like, what do they want? What do they want in a blank? What would they like to see in a blank? How can we build the best Euro nymphing rod? What one would they want? You know, get all this information from these pro. We have a lot of pro people here in PA that on the USA fishing team, and a lot of information that you can get a hold of people and ask them questions like that, and they'll answer you. Because we both want Euro nymphing rods, and I'm not buying any more rods. I'm not. I'm going to make the rest of mine. The only thing that we didn't do is make our own line and make our own reels. And that might come in the future. You can build your own reel. Wow, everybody left. Oh, there come people coming back. It was down to 4 there, from 7 to 4. We took a break. All right, so you never answered me. Dry or nymph fishing?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you
I
say?
said nymph
Okay.
because I need to learn how to 210
Oh,
a little
that's right. You
better.
did say that. We had the whole discussion on teaching you how to.
Yeah.
Nobody gave me any advice how to get you to pause in your back cast, though. Okay, favorite waterway to fish. Why?
Well, I like to fish a lot of waterways, but I'm gonna have to say my favorite is Pine Creek because I like that you have the ride to get there.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's out in the middle of nowhere. A lot of times you go and you see eagles, and it's fun, and you catch big fish.
Right on. Excuse me. I would have to say that's too hard for me to answer. I stick with one woman, one woman man, but I'm not definitely not a one creek man by any means. All right, person you would love to fly fish with, live or dead, doesn't have to be a famous fly fisherman, just anybody you like to go out fly fishing with. And I'll answer that myself. So you got an interview with me, and you get my answers to what these questions would be. And you guys can keep answering down there, man. I love this. You guys are answering it too. There's a lot of nip early in the morning, then switch over to the hatches begin. Yes, here in PA, a lot of the hatches happen in the evenings. I don't know if it's always that way everywhere. I imagine it probably is. You got the golden hour, which is right an hour before dark, and an hour. You got a little time after dark if you can still see your flies. We're trying to get a light for the camera. See, that's why everybody's got to help us. All we're gonna do with money for Patreon is spend money to make better videos for you guys. Patreon and merch, man. Links are below. We in 2 weeks, if you gotta wait that long, and you want to actually see the merch, right? In 2 weeks, me and Tracy are putting in an order, and we're getting our shirts, our stickers. I don't know if I want a coffee mug or not yet, but definitely getting stickers. Nothing else, you should go get your stickers, man. Because that's cool. I hated having all them stickers, running around with stickers, dropping them off. I mean, I was paying $3 or $4 for a sticker, and I was giving them away free. And you know what? Here's the thing. I must have gave over, what, probably 200, 300 stickers away, and I still have yet to see one on a vehicle unless it's my good friends. So now, you can just order them if you're interested. You know, and I might pre-order, like, a whole crap load of them. So that I can send them out for giveaways and stuff. Yeah, there's a beginning tier on our Patreon. There's a learning tier. We're going to give you advanced learning videos, like my setup for nymphs, 2 nymphs at a time, the different ways you can do that, information on how you know if your flies are deep enough, all kinds of cool little information. So, just letting you know.
Alright, now I forget what the question was.
Who would you fish with, live or dead, and why?
Oh, I would fish with John Lennon. I think he would be an awesome fly fisherman. I really do. I think that would be a blast.
I thought a lot about this, and for years I'd say Jimmy Buffett being a parrothead, but I don't think he'd be the most fun to fish with. I mean, because he's a sea fisherman, he likes to do a lot of sea. He's a lot of sea fisherman. I think who I would like to fish with, because I know he's a fly fisherman, and I've seen him on the Fly Rod Chronicles. I don't even think that show's around anymore. The Fly Rod Chronicles, and that would be Les Claypool from Primus. He just seems like a really fun fisherman. He ties his own flies, so you'd also get patterns, Les Claypool patterns. You could give him some of mine. I'd love to give him the white SOB and let him try that all over the place when he goes fishes. So mine would probably be Les Claypool from Primus, because he just seems like so much fun he'd be to fish with. That's my pick. Uh, sorry about that, Landlock. My dad, I like to fish with him, but he's a worm drowner. So we do it a couple times a year. I probably want to do it more this year. He just got over radiation therapy for cancer. And if you know anybody like that, I wanted to tell you all to go look it up. And I'm working on it for him is Real Recovery. It's for people recovering from cancer, that had cancer or recovering or has cancer. And you look up that website. It's called Real Recovery, and they're no sponsor in this at all. They don't sponsor this in any way. The only person that ever helped us out with Lively Legs when they sent us the box, which you know who you are, you won, you better. There's going to be an email address. You send us an email or give me a message on one of our videos, and I'll send you the email directly. You email there, you email us our address, and we'll get that sent out to you as fast as we can. So you got to get a hold of me. I got to get your address. Yes! Yes, that's a good one. I didn't know that. Negan from The Walking Dead. Flyfish.
Cool.
Yes, he was a wild character in that movie. But you had to love him and hate him at the same time. He was a cool character in that show. But yeah, he wasn't a very good person. But hey, I'm sure there's already idiots I know that they're idiots acting more like an idiot than Negan already when the people buy out toilet paper off the shelves and empty our toilet paper off the shelf.
Craziness.
Come on.
Craziness.
Listen, I checked out a lot of stuff. There was no toilet paper but lots of food. If you ain't eating no food, how are you going to take a crap? And what are you going to need the toilet paper for? Buy the food. And don't hoard that stuff. That's all I'm saying. Idiots. But anyway, on to the questions. Morning or night?
That's hard.
I think I could answer for that. I have to say night.
Yeah.
Because her morning is until like 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which I understand.
I
She's got
sleep in a lot.
diabetes and she's got to check her sugar and got to make sure she has her stuff. But here's the thing is we won't get out till 10 o'clock and she'll still forget something at home. So.
Of course. That's how it goes, you know. I'm not the only one that forgets things at home.
Me? If you ever watched any of my videos, if you start seeing fly fishing with the ugly one, which ain't, come on. Can't tell me that's not a clever name. Tracy's the pretty one, I'm the ugly one. I mean, come on. Beauty and the Beast. Let's go. Oh, right on. Same tailwaters. I didn't fish any tailwaters. I so want to find tailwaters to fish because that is so cool. The only thing is, I'd hate to fish tailwaters in other states because I've been learning a lot more about tailwaters because we don't have many around here. Ours is freestone, limestone streams, and about them letting the water out at random times of the day and you could drown. He said morning. You never did answer me, did you? Morning or night?
Night.
Night. Right on. Mine would definitely be night. I love dry fly fishing. I like top water fishing. When I used to be younger and I top watered fly fish or regular bait fished with top water for bass was some of the wildest thing. The only thing I ever learned to replace that was with dry fly fishing. Something else I want to get into is mousing at night. After you can't see your flies anymore, taking the old Wade 8 or Wade 6 big old mouse pattern across the top of the water. Yeah, I've heard a lot. You can produce some big browns that way, so you have to watch them videos. But like I was saying, I was trying to get a light for the top of the camera instead of where the flash would go. It'd be a big LED light that takes batteries, and we could turn that on along the creek, and you could still see the fish, you know, that we catch. You might not be able to see me. I mean, I could talk to you as long as I'm in the light. When you go out of the light, you know what I mean. I'm sure. Any new advice to new fly fishermen? Any advice for new fly fishermen? Seems how you're pretty much of a rookie there once. What, you got 3 years? 4 years? 4 years.
Don't give up. Keep trying. Practice, practice, practice.
And I think the best thing that helps Tracy out a lot is learn to read water. Learn to know where the fish are at on the creek. That's one thing I don't have to worry about. The only thing I have that she don't do well is her casting. But I'm pretty confident I can take her to any creek and say, go ahead without me. And I do it a lot because I have to tie on. She ties on one fly, and most of the time it stays on all day. So we put the rods in the creek. She gets out, she ties the same fly, but she's on the creek. And I'm sitting there rigging up my 2 fly rigs and stuff. So she's fishing 15, 20 minutes before I am. And I don't have to tell her how to read the water. I noticed, if you notice the fishing with Tracy, like the next one I'm going to make, wait till you see that. Like, I'm actually tying on. The first episode when she caught that fish, I was tying on, almost lost the fly. I threw the rod to fly and everything to film her landing her fish. And this time it was kind of the same, but I already had the fly tied on. But I think I had a mess. I had it on tank, so I just threw the rod. So I don't have to tell her where to fish. And half the time I don't have to tell her how to fish, because that hole, I went back the other day that she's caught fish on now, and I haven't caught a fish on it. And she fished it from up creek downstream, a little water, clear water, and you'd swear to God them fish had to see her. But I tried doing it the opposite way from downstream, and no luck. No luck. And I think what it is when she's fishing it, her fly is going over the fish before the strike indicator. And when I'm casting upstream, my strike indicator is going over the fish before the fly. And that's why the only way to fish that is down creek or no strike indicator. Which I tried doing that and I didn't have any luck either. I put the real long leader on, did the whole Euro nymphing thing in there. Or actually it was tight line nymphing in there. And
got a couple more answers to questions there.
Morning. Lots of mornings. See, here we have, alright, this is what I've always told people for a long time now, okay? I like fishing in early spring. Now, you give them May, and then I don't mind the stock fish as much. But it seems even if you're in a stocked creek, when you're fly fishing here in PA, you catch a lot more wilds than you will them stock fish they put in. And I just plainly outright think that the fish are too stupid to know what a fly looks like until they've been in the water for a while. So a lot of times when we go out fly fishing, even though that creek has been stocked, we'll catch the holdovers, the wilds, you know. I got a lot of bait fishermen come up to me, wow, where'd you catch that pretty thing? I've been fishing here for 3 days. And yeah, that's because the stockies that you're catching all the time are too stupid to know what a fly looks like. They know what a pellet looks like. They don't know what a fly looks like. So when we're fishing stockies, we'll fish a wholly different flies. We'll fish a lot more bigger worms or really bright patterns and purples and pinks, and they bite on them a lot more. And my favorite fly for those stockies, because they don't really hatch here, and I don't know where you'd see them, but is that what the heck do we call that? A maggot cluster fly. If you go back to my old videos, I tied this thing called maggot cluster. Really works for the stockies. And real early in the morning, when you go out for stockies, it's killer for stockies. They like them big white things, I guess. I haven't tried that one yet. I'll have to try that. Is that what you recommend? Trying the black OSOB? See, the black OSOB, when you tie it, really looks like a black leech. I mean, it's a perfect... They usually tell you to tie the marabou off the top like this and stack it. But I noticed when you wrap it around and it makes it real fluffy, that breathing action that you get is just like a leech. It gets thin and then swells up, and then thin and swells up what's going through the water. So, heck, I've even went as far as tying the egg in front of it. I never had much luck on the egg-sucking leeches, probably because the waterways we're fishing. Not much luck on the leeches. But yeah, that's, you can tie it the same as the white SOB. You tie it in black, it makes a really good leech pattern. Hey, you guys, chill out over there. They got so much to say. They like to talk a lot, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do.
Hey, that wasn't nice. Tell me to shut up. Anyway, so we're getting there, baby. Almost through an hour. I'm glad I got to bring you updates. I know I've been asking you a lot if you're watching this in the replay, but I just want you to know to go check. If nothing else, you gotta just go by the store and look. That one shirt I made is so funny. You gotta see it. I'm not gonna tell you what it says. It's hilarious. I think people are all gonna start buying it once I get it and show it to you, because I am getting one of them. It's got to be hilarious. I got a pre-order at work. Like almost all the guys I know at work already ordered them. I got to get them and collect their money. Now we're not working. I'll have to wait till I go back. But they all want them because they're just a good, clever saying. So you got to go check that out. Check out our Patreon. You might be interested in one of them tiers when you see what we're offering. An inchworm cluster. So do you tie them in the green, like the color of like the green weenie? Because I was thinking about tying a single inchworm, just taking the thing off the, instead of wrapping that stuff around for a green weenie, just taking a strand of it and just tying it kind of like bloop bloop. You'll see. I'm gonna do a video of it here, and when I start seeing them again, they come here pretty quick in Pennsylvania, and just making a single inchworm, because I know that's what the fish were eating, unless they were eating the little teeny trichos, which you notice I've been doing the RS2 and the tricho patterns. I'm going to do a tricho spinner next, so you know what coming on Friday. I didn't know what these little teeny bugs were until I started really researching them, because you can't see what they are because they're so small. And so I asked the local guides and other people that have been fishing here, and I'm like, I always just tied them a black pattern and a cream pattern and a size 20. Dry fly, no wing, just hackle, tail, and I still do. I just don't know what to call it, so I just never brought you a video, and that's all you have to know about it is it's a tail, black tail, maybe, you know. I've been using organza tail, the same length as a hook, black thread and thread body, go up, tie some black hackle on it, size of 20 hackle. Same way you could use grizzly and cream, and these flies always worked. Here, someone told me that that's a tricho. That's what they've been eating. I just tied them as a dry. I didn't know what it was, you know. I just fished them and worked, you know, especially a little mosquito in a size 20. I don't know if that looks like a tricho or what, but that's we have them everywhere. I'm telling you, they'll soon be out, and they'll be out all year long. And then after the big mayflies go away, they'll be out again. They're everywhere here, and they eat them all year long. Well, I didn't see any of them, and the fish were rising and hitting something under, like right under the surface. And I know they weren't eating them non-hatched trichos because there was nothing out. I think they were, because they were right under this tree. They were eating them. You know, they weren't eating them out in the middle of the other. I think what it was is these inchworms were falling out of the tree and they were eating them. I've been seeing a lot of inchworms that day all over benches and everywhere I looked, and they were eating them inchworms. So I want to tie a single inchworm, and I'll take you fishing with it then and show you how it does. But I think that's what they were eating that day, and I didn't have any inchworm. I tried green weenie, and green weenie didn't work. So all right, I'll try it. I'll try that. I'll try that, and I'll probably try my inchworm pattern. And I think they would take the very thin green chenille too for. I mean, I don't know why they hit a maggot cluster, but they do. And I think if you tied it smaller, you tie it in like a size 18, they'd rail it. Even the natives would rail it. And I'm not sure. You know, you have to understand a lot of times trout are very opportunistic. I've had them hit a had them hit a grasshopper off the surface. And we're not talking dumb stockies that were just stocked. We're talking ones that were, you know, pretty, been in the creek holdovers or in part of Penns Creek where they hadn't stocked in a long time, like Coburn. And I've had them hit grasshoppers off the surface. Not a grasshopper around in March, you know, but I've seen them do it. And I think it's just because they're opportunistic. And you have to understand that a lot about fish is they're very opportunistic, you know. So they'll hit a grasshopper, I think, in December, you know, because they're opportunistic. And one I want to get into fly tying is using as a dry dropper rig a lot more. It'd be your chubby Chernobyls and your foam bodies. I mean, they're easy to tie. I just never got into the foam bodies much. So we'll get into them. What's my favorite lively legs? I'd have to say yellow. You guys seen that yellow stonefly I tied? That's Tracy. She would say olive.
Olive.
Because she loves fishing the size 12 olive lively legs. And she cleans house with that. Mine would be the yellow because I've had a lot of luck with that Yellowstone. That gold bead, yellow stone lively legs.
That one's pretty good too.
That railed a lot of fish. And here, and this time of year too. So you don't have to sit down to a size 20 midge pattern or something. You know, you could throw on a size 12 black stone, brown stone, or Yellowstone and rail fish all day long. And I'm not a big fan of size 20 flies. I tie them, and I know they're deadly, and I've caught a lot of fish on them, but I hate it. I hate every minute of that. Huh. Wow. So, did you guys just make up the inchworm cluster, or did you see somebody tie that, or? That's interesting. That's the second person, right? Oh, no, that's the same person. Caught a lot more on the inchworm cluster. Yeah, I do got a lot of that, the green, that really little thin green chenille. I'm definitely going to try that, bro. I'm definitely going to try that. Stay tuned for videos. And if it works really well, see, I don't like fishing. This is how it works, okay? So you guys have one another process I go through. I will fish a fly roughly around the whole year before I give it to you. We fished the lively legs for a long time before I brought you the first lively legs video. Right? So, because how about it? We got one section of my one fly box that is loaded with flies that never went anywhere. They didn't work. In my experimentation, I was trying to come up with a better idea, and I didn't. Now there's a lot like the white SOB, a lot of my merger patterns that I originally do different than everybody else. A lot of some of the flies that now I can bring you because I fished them for a year. Like, remember the fake imitation lemon wood duck fly that I pointed out with the thing, and then I wrapped the hackle around, and we killed him that day on Penns Creek up at the spin hole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was an experiment. I could bring you that fly now because I tried it, and it was deadly. I lost a big boy fishing that. Big boy. Came unbuttoned. But I did catch that really beautiful brown I caught.
Oh, yeah.
And we ended up losing the video. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I lost the video footage, just like I lost Tracy's interview. We had all the interview done, and I was going to do a live stream and just play the interview during that live stream, and we lost it. Terrestrial patterns in the summer months are fun. Grasshopper patterns. And if your water's not too warm, make sure you guys keep a water check. Unless you're going to eat them, which I have no problem with. Not whatsoever. You know, because most of the places we fish that we seem to have a lot of luck is catch and release. And catch and release non-stocked waters is really awesome in Pennsylvania. You know, the reason they don't stock it is because they figured that or they tested and proven that it produces a lot of wild brown trout, so they don't want to take a chance by putting stockies in there. But yeah, and there's nothing more fun than catching a big old brown on a grasshopper or any of that kind of terrestrials. Ants. Which I never did bring you guys an ant pattern. I gotta do one of them soon too. Right on. So hey, I have to give you credit for that. I have to remember that. See, I need to get me one of them little organizers so I can write this down. When somebody says I'm coming to fish the creek in May, I should hook up with you. I need to get me an organizer to write this stuff down. So when May comes, I go, oh yeah, and get a hold of that person because man, come that time, I can never remember. I'm like, who was it that told me about this cluster that works so well? So, what's that?
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah, I see about the maggot cluster. I want to give him credit because he kind of came up with that one. I mean, it is. You know, don't let anybody take that from you, man. That's original. If somebody could take a pheasant tail and add a little bit of red thread behind the bead, and now call that a Frenchie and not a pheasant tail, give me a break. You know, or add a little bit of flash on a pheasant tail and call it a flashback pheasant tail, then you can surely take a green and make it a maggot cluster, which I don't know how I even ran into that video years ago, but that hardly anybody ever probably even heard of, besides all my faithful subscribers, right? You'd be surprised how many times I've look at other people's ties to see how different I make mine than theirs, and I can't find them because the fly I'm tying is not common knowledge, you know. Right on, yeah. Stay right in that. You got to get that. That weight is so crucial to getting that fly right in the strike zone. And like Joe, who, you know, kind of taught me when I was younger. You know, it wasn't like a buddy I fished with a lot, but he'd come and give speeches at our Trout Unlimited a lot, like every banquet. And, you know, I always said, you know, if I found out who taught me to bowcast, I'm going to, you know, thank them. And then I found out when I went to Lancaster, which was only, 4 years ago. I went to Lancaster and I seen him giving a demo on it. And I went up and I thanked Joe. I said, I always said, whoever taught me that, because, you know, I was born and raised on very little creeks. You know, you have to almost crawl your hands and knees to get to the creek to fish these little wild brookies. But, you know, I'd be a great video I'd love to take you guys on. You know, crawling hands and knees to the creek to do bowcasts for little wild brookies. That's fun. It is fun. It's something you got to do real early because you don't be crawling around your hands and knees where snake infested areas. We got lots of different snakes in PA. Copperheads, rattlesnakes, a lot. Or don't be crawling around your hands and knees and get attacked by a grizzly bar where you guys are from. That would not be fun either, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's our live stream. Like we said, we are going to be stuck in the house for who knows how long. So look forward to a lot more time videos, a lot more live streams. And it'll be basically just, we'll announce it the same day because we'll be like, hey, do you feel like doing a live stream today? Sure, why not? Make sure you check out our Patreon and our merch. Please do. You got to check out the Make Love to a Fly Fisherman. I'm not going to tell you the rest of it, but that shirt is great. I don't know how it popped in my head. It's great. I told you 2 weeks we're going to be buying ours. If you want to wait to see what ours look like when we get them, you can. But I'm not quite sure. I'm using Teesprings instead of Amazon. So I don't know if they run them a limited time and then I gotta redo them or what, but go check them out. Links are below in my videos. If they're not below in this one, I don't know if I put them all in the link below this one. I think I did. So I think they'll be below. If this not, go check out the other videos. I'm pretty sure they're in this link below this live stream now. You all have a good day.
See you later.
See you next time or Friday.